Conversely, Theo once more urged Cell to flee and never glance back. After she departed to battle at the side of her fellow elves, Cell remained conflicted about her next course of action. She confessed her overwhelming fear, acknowledging that she could never truly bring herself to inflict serious harm upon her adversary. Nevertheless, she yearned to rejoin the fray. Yet as the trees started to obstruct the pathway, she realized her body refused to obey her commands. Tears welled up, accompanied by the desperate question of what she could possibly do now. Meanwhile, outside the grove, the elves were holding their ground against Jaren. Theo restrained his arm with clinging vines, but the moment he broke free, Geo launched an arrow at the vulnerable joint, followed by another elf's lightning strike, intensifying the damage. Jaren commended their synchronized assault, yet declared that such an attack wouldn't be enough to bring him down. Abruptly, his abdomen morphed into 6 spiked tentacles. The elves recoiled in shock as Jaren explained his ability to reshape his entire form, including his armor and helmet, which were extensions of himself. As he lashed out with the tentacles, Cell heard their agonizing cries. She instantly attempted to crawl towards them, only to find her body still racked with pain. Fortunately, movement was now possible. Gazing at the magical stone Dolan had entrusted to her, she pleaded for the strength to shield her friends from harm. Beyond the trees, Jaren had vanquished all the elves. He gripped Geo's head, mockingly inquiring if that was the extent of their abilities. He flung Geo aside, poised to deliver the final blow, but just then, Cell arrived, binding him with shimmering magical chains. Surprise rippled through the onlookers, while Jaren chuckled, remarking that she would provide more amusement than the elves. He effortlessly shattered the chains and propelled his tentacles towards her, but Cell conjured her spectral serpent, which intercepted the attack with venomous fangs. Jaren opted for a direct assault, yet she summoned a colossal earthen fist, smashing him away. She then cautioned Theo and the others to keep their distance, explaining that she was brimming with mana and couldn't guarantee control over her burgeoning power. The elves promptly retreated. Jaren rose once more, unleashing his malevolent aura, ready to unleash his full might. Cell conjured a barrage of rocks to entomb him, but he easily extricated himself. As Cell began incanting a potent spell, Jaren charged to stop her before its completion. However, Dolan's magical stone surged through her, amplifying her enchanted gaze, holding the demon knight in place while she finished the incantation. 5 spectral serpents materialized and lunged at Jaren, who broke free from her grasp and retaliated. Undeterred, Cell drew even greater power from the stone, merging the 5 serpents into a single, enormous dragon head. The sight stunned Jaren, and the spectral dragon head struck, ending his life. Elsewhere, in the demonic realm, Dolan and Jorg stood ready to clash. Dolan's left hand shifted into a draconic claw as additional wings unfurled, revealing his full power. Jorg, captivated, proclaimed Dolan the mightiest of dragons, feared even by the wicked deities. He drew his swords, declaring his anticipation for this battle. Dolan retorted that Jorg would pay for his defiance with oblivion, but Jorg confidently countered, "Nah, I'd win." He initiated the attack, forcing Dolan to briefly retreat. Jorg then unleashed a combined lightning and earth magic slash, yet Dolan effortlessly dispelled it. In the meantime, back on the surface, Cell, Chris, and Diodor, having overcome their respective foes, converged and set their sights on the main gate. Olivia was already present. Finding the area deserted, she deduced that Dolan had ventured into the demon realm to confront the final adversary. She discovered a magic circle on the ground, marked by a magical crystal, which she hastily concealed as the leaders of the 3 forest tribes approached. Olivia informed them of Dolan's departure to the demon realm to battle the demon knight. The Spider Queen proposed destroying the gate, seizing the opportunity to ensure the forest's continued safety. The werewolf chief condemned the idea as dishonorable, but the Spider Queen remained resolute, prioritizing her people's well-being. Cell and the others soon arrived at the gate, shocked to discover the elders contemplating sacrificing Dolan for the village's salvation. They argued that Dolan's defeat would spell their doom, but Cell confidently asserted Dolan's invincibility. Chris concurred, trusting her intuition that Dolan would prevail. The elders remained skeptical until Diodora and Geo voiced their support for Dolan, arguing that abandoning him would render their victory meaningless. Their combined pleas forced the elders to reconsider. Within the demon realm, Dolan had the demon knight on the defensive. Jorg fought back fiercely, launching a flurry of swift strikes, but Dolan evaded them all. Jorg then unleashed a dark energy blast, which Dolan countered with his draconic breath, overwhelming the attack in a tremendous explosion. Jorg miraculously survived and appeared behind Dolan for a surprise attack. However, Dolan anticipated the move, severing Jorg's hands, one by one. Finally, he cleaved the demon in two, proclaiming it vengeance for all the forest dwellers Jorg had slain. Jorg expressed no remorse, declaring that death at the hands of a dragon was the highest honor. He vanished with those words, but Dolan's troubles weren't over. A formidable demoness, drawn by the powerful attacks, emerged, gleefully noting that the dragon god still lived, and she could toy with him once more. Shortly thereafter, Dolan returned to the surface unscathed. Cell rushed to embrace him. They subsequently demolished the demon gate, restoring the forest to normalcy, prompting widespread celebration. Back in the village that night, a grand feast was held. As Dolan enjoyed drinks with Gio and Diodora, Theo arrived with Cell and Chris, both adorned in belly dancer attire. Dolan openly admired them, declaring that such beauty was his ultimate reward. At that moment, some elf maidens whisked Chris away, eager to learn more about her. Theo then subtly encouraged Dolan to spend some time with Cell. Heeding her suggestion, he invited Cell to dance, and she readily accepted. As they danced, she recounted how she nearly fled the battle, but touching the stone he'd given her had felt like his support. After dancing for a while, Cell, overcome by drink, fell asleep on Dolan's lap. Suddenly, a familiar melody reached his ears, prompting him to seek out its source. Leaving Cell sleeping on the stairs, he ventured into the woods, where he discovered Chris perched on a branch, singing an ancient ballad about a hero and a white dragon who embarked on a quest to vanquish an evil dragon. Captivated by her voice, Dolan applauded as the song concluded. Chris, startled by his presence, received his compliments on her beautiful singing. He inquired about the song's origin, learning that it had been passed down through her family for generations. This sparked a realization in Dolan. He asked if the song continued beyond the hero and white dragon's victory over the evil dragon. Chris confirmed that the lyrics ended there. She then wondered aloud about the hero and white dragon's fate after their triumph. Dolan replied that their ultimate destiny was irrelevant, believing their friendship had endured. The following morning, Dolan and his companions prepared to depart for their village. Olivia expressed her gratitude for their role in saving the forest and extended an invitation for Dolan to rejoin the academy. To Cell's astonishment, he expressed interest, though he requested more time. Diodora then presented Dolan with black rose seeds, citing their medicinal properties. This, however, wasn't her only gift. To express her gratitude, she spontaneously kissed him, leaving everyone speechless, particularly Cell, who lamented that she hadn't yet shared such a moment with him. Soon after, they returned to their village. Dolan instructed the girls to report to the village chief after storing their belongings, detailing the events that had transpired. They parted ways, but just as Dolan opened his front door, a hand pierced his chest. He collapsed, losing consciousness.